Welcome everyone. I am IF Kakashi. Today's what if is, what if Kakashi was a Jinchuriki? This is my second what if video. If you haven't watched my first video, it's called What If Sasuke Never Turned Evil. Before we start this theory, let's watch my intro.
At the party, fuck around pussy boy and you get burnt. Acting up, you acting up, you fuck around, you get murdered. Nigga, bitches, I did it. So bitch, I'm with it, I did it. Shots at your fit it, I did it. Yo, I did it, yo, I did it. Kitty, he did it, you're burning the city.
Hello again. Before we start, I want to say happy birthday to Kakashi. So it's kind of a birthday special. I mean, I'm doing this so late in the night, but whatever. Also shout out Tori for this great edit. If you'd like to check out more edits, I follow Tori on Instagram at ToriVerso. If you have any other media platforms, you can follow Tori on there. Now let's discuss the topic, what if Kakashi was a Jinchuriki? First off, Kakashi is a brilliant shinobi that has one Sharingan because of Obito. We already know what powers Jinchuriki possess due to their tailed beast. But what if Kakashi was a Jinchuriki instead of Naruto? The first thing that comes to my mind is, what would happen if Chidori and the tailed beast chakra combined into one jutsu? Most likely it would be a SSS-rated jutsu. Kakashi has taken many lives with Chidori and would master changing the chakra nature with the tail beast to an ultimate jutsu. Now, villagers despised Naruto, so you would expect the same for Kakashi. Obito would most likely want to be there for Kakashi. They would be close friends. Kakashi would never have put his friends in jeopardy for the mission because those were the only people who understood him. When Obito saved Kakashi and half his body was under the boulders, it would affect Kakashi more emotionally than it did in the anime. He would keep trying to push the boulder off Obito, but it would be no use. Obito gives his Sharingan to Kakashi and has to leave him behind. Kakashi looks down with darkness hiding his face. The tail beast begins to eat off his anger and pain. Then he opens his eyes. His eyes are no longer his eyes, but it is of the tailed beast. He runs dramatically with the tail beast cloak of chakra covering his body with Obito's Sharingan awakening to Mangekyo, which will be known as Kamui. Kakashi uses Chidori on the enemy, which will do more damage since he has the cloak of hatred. Then as we know it, more enemies show up. There are so many, it's countless. Kakashi has such a cold look in his eyes. Before he even gets to attack, his sensei Minato stand in front of him. He holds Kakashi and puts a seal on his forehead that calms him down and he loses consciousness. Years pass after Obito was crushed and Kakashi and Rin are surrounded by hidden mist shinobi. Kakashi fights cautiously, knowing he shouldn't use too much of his chakra or the tailed beast will start to act up and take over. He runs towards the enemy ready to Chidori him, but Rin jumps in front of him ready to die. Kakashi can't stop himself and ends up putting a hole through Rin's heart. Obito in the background ends up witnessing this and awakens the Mangekyo. Kakashi drops Rin and looks at the blood in his arm. He looks at Rin hurting inside. In one blink of the eye, Kakashi runs like an animal toward the hidden mist shinobi. He then runs on two legs and has two Chidoris. One for each hand. He kills without a second thought. Blood stains the grass. Kakashi doesn't stop until he's killed every single shinobi in his way. Obito ends up disappearing. Kakashi ends up passing out from the overuse of chakra. Minato ends up finding him and carries him on his shoulder. Minato becomes the fourth Hokage and suggests Kakashi joins the Anbu. Most Anbu shinobi don't want nothing to do with Kakashi. Rumors spread that he kills his comrades or lets them die. When Kakashi is assigned a mission with other shinobi, they rather keep their distance from him. He kills several enemies just because he has no care for their life. Minato asks Kakashi to watch Kushina while she's pregnant. The night comes where Obito comes to the hidden leaf and summons a tailed beast to destroy the village. Obito enters the secret place where Naruto was going to be born. Kakashi stands in front of Obito and says, "I cannot let you pass. This area is forbidden and you have only caused chaos." I will find out who you are. I don't plan on killing, but you might just force me to. Obito laughs and says, "Oh Kakashi. The one who will die is the one with a greater weakness." Kakashi steps back, having his distance from Obito. He holds a kunai in his hand. In a split second, Kakashi and Obito are fighting by the second. But wait, who's taking care of the tailed beast under Obito's control? Minato and the third Hokage Enju taking care of the beast. Kakashi lifts up his band and focuses calmly on Obito's mask. Obito covers Kakashi's face and calmly him to his space. Kakashi starts to get serious and used Chidori on Obito, but when he tries to penetrate his body, he only ends up going through him. Obito gets the upper hand, and as he almost stabs Kakashi critically to the heart, Kakashi moves like the wind. Kakashi starts to create an illusion running around Obito so fast Obito can't keep up with his Sharingan, and Kakashi strikes Obito's face. The mask breaks and Kakashi stares in disbelief. Obito calmly Kakashi out of his space and Obito is nowhere to be found. So Naruto doesn't become a Jinchuriki and Minato and Kushina die. Kakashi ends up being Naruto's big brother. Kakashi also ends up being the sensei of Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. He teaches them endless lessons. Kakashi has learned how to control the tail beast and later learns how to become one. So now that years have passed and his students are teenagers, he has learned Biju mode. In the upcoming 5th Ninja War, Kakashi leads the front with other Jinchuriki from other villages. Kakashi would end up being the first Jinchuriki Hokage. Maybe Kakashi would have also had the power to become the Six Paths Sage. In conclusion, if Kakashi was a Jinchuriki, he would end up surpassing his sensei, Minato, and become more stronger than Naruto. Thanks for listening to my theory. Please comment some suggestions or vote on my Instagram story. My Instagram is @emokage. See you soon.